Welcome back to Nursing Online Education YouTube channel. In this video we're going to talk about 10 easy ways to pass IELTS. Before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our Nursing Online Education for future updates. The International English Language Testing System, IELTS, stands for International English Language Testing System. In a nutshell, it's a grading system for your English language abilities based on 4 major areas of the language: speaking, writing, reading, and listening. Preparation usually entails many hours of sitting and reading. You could, however, do more than just study long IELTS study manuals and review books. Preparing for the IELTS exam can be a difficult task. These 10 recommendations will help you prepare for and conquer the IELTS exam. Number 10. Study vocabulary. As much as possible, English students are taught to place words in their right context. This is something you can learn to do by reading a lot. Your vocabulary will improve as you are exposed to additional terms. Pay special attention to unfamiliar terms as you read and underline or highlight them with a marker. You should try to deduce their meanings from the background information. Look up the words in the dictionary after that. Reading and listening to demanding things, like as English language news, will expose you to a large number of new terms. Practice utilizing the new word once you've learned it. Using new terms frequently will assist you in becoming fluent in English. According to studies, it takes 10 to 20 repetitions to make a term part of your everyday speech. Checklist. Make a list of expressions that can be applied to a range of academic situations. Make a list of phrases, rather than individual words. Check proper word order with a competent monolingual dictionary. Spending too much time learning highly specialized words is not a good idea. Make a list of relevant expressions that relate to these themes. Practice speaking and writing in English about them. Learn more through reading newspapers, magazines, and news websites. Number 9. Read. Read and read. You'll need a reliable English dictionary to figure out the meanings of new words and avoid translating back to your native tongue. Checklist. Skim and scan a text rapidly to get a basic idea of what it's about. Make sure you understand exactly what each assignment entails. Make sure you read all of the directions thoroughly. Use the work to get more information on the text's content and structure. Keep in mind that the relevant vocabulary may be explained in the text. Use a dictionary only after you've completed the exercise and double-checked your answers. Every morning, you can read an English newspaper and listen to the news in English. Number 8. Enhance your writing skills. Recording words should be a regular part of your English studies. On a file card, write the meaning and a sentence that uses the word, which you can return to later. To activate your sound-related memory and connect the word to words you already know, repeat the word loudly. For example, the term immense, which means abundant, has a similar meaning to the phrases colossal, enormous, and expansive. Checklist. To increase your speed, practice timed writing. Never write answers that are less than the minimum length. Remember that task 2 is longer and has more points, so give it plenty of time. Describe the information, not the graphic. For example, you don't have to say exactly what's on the graph's vertical and horizontal axes. Choose the most crucial qualities and figures to back him up. To practice, find and examine diagrams, graphs, and charts in the newspaper or on the internet. Take note of how diagrams are used in TV shows. Analyze the question thoroughly. Before you start writing, make a paragraph outline. Ensure that all aspects of the question have been addressed. Always make time to revise your work. Know your usual blunders and keep an eye out for them. Number 7. Exercise fluency and pronunciation. There are 3 parts to the speaking component. A scheduled interview, a quick talk, and a free interview are among the options. You will be questioned for 4 to 5 minutes on 2 to 3 brief concerns about familiar topics. In the brief talk segment, be prepared to give a 2-minute presentation. You'll have 1 minute to prepare for your discussion. It will take 3 to 4 minutes to complete the section. The following are some pointers on what the IELTS speaking exam looks for and how to prepare for it. All it takes is consistent practice. When a learner uses a new term or pronounces it correctly, he is encouraged to practice what he has learned, imprinting it in his mind. It also communicates to whoever taught him the new ability, whether it was a teacher, a friend, or a co-worker, that he has made a conscious effort to memorize something. It motivates his mentors to work harder than ever to see that he succeeds. Checklist. To improve fluency. Practice speaking for an extended period of time. Pronounce the words aloud in English to hear how you pronounce them. Record yourself speaking on a variety of topics as often as possible. The following is a pronunciation guide for the word pronounce. As much as possible, listen to spoken English, e.g., on the radio, TV, or in movies. In recordings, repeat sentences after the speaker to assist you speak in word groups and apply appropriate stress and intonation. As much as possible, record and listen to yourself speaking. Number 6. Practice your listening skills. Every morning, one can listen to the English news and try to write it down and analyze it later. The following are some suggestions for improving your listening skills. Checklist. Use the time you have to prepare to think about the task's topic and to concentrate. Check the instructions and make sure you know exactly what is necessary for each activity. After you've double-checked your responses, listen again and try to figure out what's causing the difficulty. How to get better. Keep in mind that you only get to hear the recording once. When you're practicing, don't pause the CD. Finally, go over the tape script again and highlight any useful expressions. These useful hints can help you prepare for the exam. Your success rate, however, is determined by your dedication and practice. You'll have a good chance of earning the required IELTS score if you combine the two. Number 5. Listen actively. Listen actively. Listening to a variety of discussion points from various sources is a significant approach of enhancing your English skills through active listening. As a result, you will be exposed to new vocabulary and a wider spectrum of accents. Active listening can help you improve your spelling, grammar, and vocabulary, which are all important for passing the IELTS listening exam. Purchasing a notepad is one technique that we propose to our VIP Academy students. Make a mental note of any unfamiliar words you hear. After that, go over it again, look it up in a dictionary and see how it's used in a sentence. You can then incorporate antonyms, synonyms, collocations, and pronunciation, depending on your unique areas of weakness. Long, tedious lists of words will not increase your vocabulary range, spelling abilities, or grammar. Furthermore, this is not an organic method of learning the English language, and you will soon lose the information you forced your brain to memorize. Number 4. Practice wisely. The process of completing and editing practice papers is both vital and tough. However, you should not simply finish paper after paper because listening is a skill that can be improved. Putting yourself to the test over and over will never improve your abilities. And, more significantly, it's quite dull. I've already discussed the need of investing time on a regular basis. It's unlikely that you'll be able to concentrate on practice examinations if they're boring the hell out of you. When you consider something to be a chore, it will become one. It's also critical that the time you spend practicing isn't squandered. As a result, you must use legitimate tests developed by the same organizations that administer the IELTS exam. Otherwise, you will have high expectations and a lot of confusion because the material you prepare will not match the format of the exam. Number 3. Reflect. Reflecting on your flaws is more valuable than reflecting on your strengths since you may learn a lot more from them. What is the simplest approach to learn from your flaws? I'm taking notes on them. Make it a habit to jot down words that you routinely misspell, mispronounce, or mishear in a notepad with a pen. You may readily see patterns in your shortcomings and obtain a better understanding of the blunders that are affecting your grades by writing them down. Number 2. Enjoy it. Listen for pleasure. If you appreciate what you're doing, it'll be easier to do it on a regular basis. Studying doesn't have to be tedious or dull all of the time. You have an endless number of learning materials at your fingers if you are reading this article. You may find a podcast, YouTube video, or TED Talk that interests you at any moment using your smartphone or laptop. You should not always listen to IELTS-related content. In fact, it most certainly shouldn't. IELTS listening assesses your ability to comprehend English in a real-world setting, and fluent English speakers rarely discuss the IELTS exam. Number 1. Focus. It's easy to lose focus when you're not used to listening to English. This is one of the most dangerous aspects of the IELTS listening section. You can lose your opportunity of achieving a Band 8 if you lose focus for even a few seconds. For example, if you lose focus, you may misread a question, which can cause you confusion and make it harder to think clearly about the response. It's all too easy for things to spiral out of control at this stage, and you'll lose even more focus and marks. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, subscribe to our channel for future updates.